found the key on my way home from work. It was lying in the middle of the sidewalk, small and rusted, its teeth jagged and uneven. There was something about it that made me stop. Something familiar. Though I couldn't explain why, I picked it up. Turning it over in my fingers, a whisper brushed against my ear, so soft I almost didn't hear it. You found me. I spun around, but the street was empty. The air was still. A chill crept down my spine, but I told myself I was just imagining things and shoved the key in my pocket. That night, I dreamt of doors. Endless doors, stretching out before me in a dark corridor. Each one had a keyhole that seemed to fit the key I found. Some doors were new, pristine wood with polished brass handles. Others were rotting, barely held together, something shifting behind them as if waiting to be left out. I woke up sweating. The next morning, I could still feel the key's weight in my pocket, heavier than before. I considered throwing it away, but the moment I reached for the trash can, I hesitated. Something told me that I needed it. I began noticing doors I had never seen before. First in my apartment, then at work, even outside on the street. It's strange, though. Warped doors that no one else seemed to acknowledge. They appeared in places that made no sense. A door in my bathroom where the mirror should be. A door at the end of my office hallway that wasn't there the day before. And every time I passed them, the key in my pocket hummed. By the third day, the whispers started. Open it. The voice slithered into my mind as I lay in bed, breathless and terrified. I covered my ears, but it didn't help. You need to see. I tried ignoring it, but the key burned against my skin. It wanted me to use it. That night, I gave in. I chose the door in my bedroom, the one that had replaced my closet. It was old, wooden, its surface warped with deep scratches, and I slid the key into the lock. Feeling my heartbeat thunder in my ears, as I turned it, the door breathed. A low exhale of air, damp and warm, seeped through the gap as the latch clicked open. Darkness waited on the other side. A deep, yawning black that smelled of earth and something rotting. The whispers turned to laughter, soft at first, and then rising, and then a chorus of voices shrieking in delight. I took a step forward, unable to stop myself, and the door slammed shut behind me. I don't know where I am. The hallways stretch endlessly, lined with doors that pulse like they're alive. The floor is damp beneath my feet, and the air is thick with the scent of decay. My key, it's gone. At first, I tried retracing my steps, but no matter how many doors I passed, I never found the one I entered through. The whispers are louder now, calling my name, giggling, murmuring about how long they've waited. They scuttle just out of sight, darting behind doors as I turn my head. I tried opening some of the doors, but the first one led to a room full of static, just endless flickering television screens displaying distorted images of myself, each one slightly wrong. In one way, I had no eyes. In another, my mouth stretched open too wide, teeth like splinters. The image turned to look at me all at once, and I slammed the door shut. The second door opened to something worse. It was my childhood bedroom. Everything was just as I remembered, down to the scuff marks on the dresser and the faded wallpaper my mother had picked out. But something sat on my old bed. It was hunched over, its back to me, breathing in slow, ragged gasps. "Mom?" I whispered. It stopped breathing. Slowly, it twisted its head too far. Bones cracking like dry leaves. Its face was a blur, shifting like a scrambled signal. A sound crawled from its throat, not quite human, not quite animal. I slammed the door and I ran. I don't know how long I've been here. Time doesn't work right in this place. I tried to stay awake, but exhaustion pulls at me. I know if I sleep, I might wake up in one of those rooms, or worse, I might not wake up at all. But then I found it. A door, unlike the others. No carvings, no scratches, no pulsating wood, just a plain white door, pristine and welcoming. The kind you'd see in an office or a school. I grabbed the handle, expecting resistance, but it turned easily under my grip. For the first time since entering this place, I felt hope. Beyond the door was my apartment. Everything was as exactly as I left it. The same mess of clothes, the half-empty glass on a water. Even the digital clock blinked the same I had before I stepped through the closet door. I laughed, more choked a sob really, and stumbled forward, closing the door behind me. I was home. I felt home. But something feels wrong. The key is in my back pocket, and it's now heavier than before. My reflection in the mirror, it doesn't blink when I do. And when I lay down to sleep, I hear something scratching at my closet door. I think I went through the wrong door. I think I went too far. If you find a key, rusted, jagged, familiar in a way you can't explain, do not pick it up. And if you do not use it. Because even if you think you found a way out, you might just be stepping into something worse.